In what year was the Pepsi brand first introduced? The slogan Life for Now for the Pepsi brand. When did it start being used, and what impact it had on Pepsi's culture and market? What were the old names of Pepsi before using the name Pepsi? Let's discover the answers to these puzzles in this video. Pepsi products are consumed over 1 billion times daily in more than 200 countries, generating an annual net income of over $70 billion for the colossal company. However, to make this happen, Pepsi had to overcome various bankruptcies. So let's go! To understand the formation of the Pepsi company, we need to go back to 1889, when Caleb Bradham, a pharmacist, initially created Pepsi Cola. Like many pharmacists of that era, he had a place in his drugstores when he served a beverage, and his most popular concoction was called Brad's Drink. It was a mixture of sugar, water, caramel, lemon oil, nutmeg, cola nuts, and other additives. A perfect energizing drink for customers. When the drink became popular, he decided to give it a more appealing names, and with hopes of replicating Coca-Cola's success, he named it Pepsi Cola. Similar to the original cola, the sweet carbonated had a cola flavor. Finally, it became so popular that in 1902, Caleb Bradham founded his own company and named it Pepsi Cola. Initially marketed as a digestive aid, they tried to attract customers with slogans like energizing, invigorating, and aids digestion. Perhaps not the catchiest slogan, but it seems Pepsi Cola focused excessively on this matter. When the brand flourished, they changed their tactics, abandoned the slogan, and relied more on the power of celebrities. To boost sales, they hired Barney Oldfield as their spokesperson. Oldfield, a famous race car driver of that era, quickly became famous for his slogan, "Drink Pepsi Coca-Cola, it will satisfy you." The advertising campaign was a huge success. Pepsi Cola continues to use celebrities in their marketing in the decades to come. But a bit later, a tragedy occurred. After years of success, the company faced hardships after World War I. Caleb Bradham gambled on sugar prices during the war, purchasing a significant amount at what he believed would be a continuing high price. Unfortunately, the opposite happened. This left Bradham with an inventory of sugar more expensive than the market. As a result, he lost the company and Pepsi Cola went bankrupt. Pepsi decided to compete with a slogan like this: "So you think Coke is it, huh?" Well, Pepsi thought they know exactly how to play that game. With all that, if Coke was the real thing, well, that meant it was the choice of an older generation. True to that, Pepsi's solution was to target the younger generation of that time, shifting its focus with the theme, Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. The shift in marketing began in the early 60s and didn't take long to settle. Pepsi not only caught up with Coca-Cola in just a few years, but also halved its dominance. The Pepsi brand was rapidly growing, and to maintain this momentum, it kept implementing changes in various ways. In 1964, it introduced its first diet cola With this product, Pepsi became the first nationwide cola to offer a calorie-free option to consumers. Diet Pepsi clearly targeted the youth, and in the same year, the brand created the Mountain Dew Company. Less than a year later, it merged with the snack producer Frito-Lay and formed PepsiCo. Recognizing the need to maintain diversity, the newly founded PepsiCo quickly embarked on this task and from 1977 to 1988 acquired four major restaurant chains: Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, 7-Up. Despite these ventures, PepsiCo continued to focus on Pepsi brand, and business was going so well that the once defeated Pepsi was now threatening to overtake Coca-Cola as the top brand in America. Furthermore, in 1974, when Pepsi became the first American product produced and sold in the Soviet Union, it made international headlines. In the 1980s, people were essentially divided into two groups: Coca-Cola fans and Pepsi fans. During that time, Pepsi's CEO, Roger Enrico, was looking for a big idea. The goal was to make Pepsi appear youthful while portraying Coca-Cola as being for an older generation. Until 1985, the cola war between the two giants intensified. Pepsi's sales in supermarkets surpassed those of Coca-Cola. Would this ultimately be enough to defeat their formidable rival? While the Pepsi-Coca-Cola war continued, PepsiCo had to pay attention to other aspects of its business. Between the late 17th and the mid-19th, PepsiCo expanded its business outside the packaged food focus, acquiring and developing beverage brands. However, by 1997, it became clear and these non-core businesses weren't as profitable as hoped. While restaurants accounted for 36% of PepsiCo shares, they contributed only 22% to their $3.7 billion profit. Realizing that focusing on non-alcoholic beverage and snacks would be more beneficial, a divestiture plan was set, and the previously acquired fast food restaurants separated from the company. They enjoyed a new separate company called Trican Global Restaurants, which later became the brand Yum. After getting rid of the chain restaurants, a new era of ownership and mergers began. It seemed that this time PepsiCo wanted to prove a new path. Looking at products that seemed healthier, they created the brands Tropicana, the fruit juice brand Dole, and the company Seagram in 1998. The Pepsi brand is one of the well-known brands globally, leaving a powerful impression on its audience. The history of the Pepsi brand indicates a constant emphasis on appealing to the younger generation, making it no surprise that its slogan is "Live in the Moment." Could you discover the answers to the riddles presented in the first video? Like the video now and join us. We'll see you soon in other videos.